So this is the nippy clear way. Nippy clear way is one type. It's one type of cough assist, but you have 2-3 types. Before showing the machine, I want to show. First of all, you have to think that the lung is a bag. So when we breathe, the lungs implement the air. When we do just goes out. Generally, if you don't have 2,500 milliliters of air, you cannot cough properly. So if a Duchenne has 200 milliliters, you will not cough. You will do just. In this case, you need to put air in glass. So you get with this machine 2,500, sometimes also 3,000 milliliters of air, and then the cough is much more stronger. I have also video. Yesterday I forgot to show you. I have a video in which I show the patient that does it before the cough, then improve very much later. Then I will explain also these things. Now I just open to let you show one thing. So when we breathe normally, we take air, then we expire, and then there is a pause. Then we start again. So the machine does the same thing. Before give you air, then take out the air with a negative pressure, then there is a pause. This is the lung. When we start the machine, gives before air, and then take out air. So, and then cough, and the machine acts to take out. So, you have a machine, you have a circuit, you have always to put a filter, antibacterial. This is very important because the air goes out but it goes also inside. And it's very important to have always a filter. Now, in this case, you start. No, it's old, the baby. Yeah, you see? You say air inside, then out. Okay? This is important to cough. Now I'll give you some data. First of all, this machine has the inspiratory pressure and expiratory pressure. The inspiratory pressure is positive pressure, gives air. The expiratory pressure takes out the air. So you will see that here there is no minus or plus. Here there is minus because this is negative. One cycle is formed by a positive pressure, negative pressure, pause. Quindi positive pressure, negative pressure, pause is 1. You can do 5 cycles continuously. Then you have to take out the mask. You have to breathe normally. So I go pause. After 5, take out the mask. And then the patient breathes normally for 1 minute, and then you start again. The pressure that you can arrive maximum is 40. Don't go up of 40. It's very simple, this one, because if you push, then becomes pink, and with the plus minus, you can just play. You can arrive, for example, to 40. 40 is the maximum pressure that you can use. Why we use 40 as maximum pressure? Because this is anyway a pressure machine, and sometimes you may have the barotrauma. Barotrauma is a break, but when you do hemobaric, you use 40 over pressure. So does it mean that with that pressure you will never break lung? So you should use a maximum 40 centimeters of water. In some cases, when you really have a respiratory arrest, then there is a lot of mucus and you are losing the patient. Then you can go also to 50. Try. But these are really extreme. You have to work on prevention. You should never arrive in that situation. But if you work immediately, there is no problem. You will never arrive when one does not breathe because it's completely full of mucus.
Inspiratory and
Expiratory.
expiratory
Are the
pressure
same. Are the same.
Always the same.
Generally, it's better to have the same.
Is for doubt.
Sometimes patients doesn't like too much air. So in those cases, you can use, for example, 35 of positive and 40 of negative. But of course, if you want a very good expirator pressure, you have to put air inside. Because if you put less air, much less air, you will not have a very good action of expiration. But generally, I always put this. Then how long, which the time of expiration or expiration? Generally 2 seconds. Okay. You see here there is a time, 2 seconds. Now you can go also to 2.5. So for example, here become pink, then you go with plus. You can go to 2.5. Then there is the pause. The pause, because when I do pause. In these cases, the pause generally is between 1.2 and 1.8 seconds. But is a patient that decides. Because if I do pause, then I restart. If the air comes too early, you have to prolong the pause. It's okay?
This pressure for adult. How about small children?
The small
Maybe
children
less?
are worse than the adult. So you generally sometimes with small children you have to use 45 because the respiratory resistance are much stronger than the adult. So don't worry.
So we shouldn't be afraid of
No,
high
absolutely.
pressure in
No,
children.
no. If you a child that has a lot of mucus, you go with the 20, you don't do much. As I said before, you can use machine, and in the beginning, you can also do a bit of chest physiotherapy. You have 2 possibilities. You take this mask, then you take a bit of tape. I have tape, yeah. So if you want to make chest physiotherapy, you take this mask, you close, put this, and then. Then patient behind. If you have a severe dilated cardiomyopathy, try to avoid this part. Okay, so you go here, but this part don't do it. But it's just Duchenne if they have a 25 over ejection fraction. This machine is also very useful to make chest physiotherapy. And I will teach you how to do it.
patient must be with empty stomach, yes?
No,
and-
no, absolutely.
and-
This is a fake news.
Fake
Sometimes the people say that if you eat, then the food comes easy. Of course, if you do the machine immediately, 2 seconds after that someone is eating, it's possible. But if you do if you use this machine in a patient where he has eaten 20 minutes before, doesn't happen anything. It doesn't take by esophagus Sometimes I've heard these things.
Maybe this is for weak, small, little patients with gastroesophageal reflux.
But you know, also if they have reflux, but you know that the food comes really here, it's very difficult. If he's really very, very weak and he has eaten, okay, wait 40 minutes. Generally the stomach in 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But if he has eaten from 5 minutes, he is full of mucus, do it. So don't think about the pasta. Okay?
So 5 like inhaling and exhaling
Yes.
for one.
Then
session.
1 minute of room temperature air. Why? Because if you do a lot of cycle, you can have hyperventilation. Because this is anyway air, is oxygen. So if you do 10 times, the head start to turn because you know you get a lot of air, is hyperventilation. With 5 never happen.
And then that's all. That's one session, yes?
Yeah, but then you can do also
1 minute
100 section. It depends by the saturation. So if you have a 90, you do 5, then you stop. Then you do 5, and then you stop. When the saturation is 96, you won the war. Until then, you have to continue. Sometimes the patients are tired because you know, or you say, okay, take relax. I will come back in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I will do it again. Okay? So another very important thing is that this machine you can use also for chest physiotherapy. In this case, look, you take the expiration pressure, you take out, you go to 0. When you go to 0, disappeared also the time. There is no more expiratory pressure. In this case, it's just chest physiotherapy. You put the patient, the mask, you start. And then pause. This is chest. Pause. Okay? There is no, the patient doesn't need to cough because he has no mucus. It's just to make extraction of the respiratory muscles. And you put inside 2 liters and half of air. You can do it also with the ambu bag. Ambu. But if you put the ambu bag, you do like this and then. But it's very complicated because you have to have a coordination. The patient should do, the breath should stop, and then you go with the ambu bag. And then, after a while, they get very bored. It's better to use machine.
So it's instead of ambu-bag therapy, yes?
Yes, instead. So sometimes when they say, you know, if you go Michel Tochon, ambu bag, eye stacking, looks very beautiful with words. But when you go in practical things, you go by the patients. They don't like it. Few of them, they are also clever because they can do it. But generally, it's much better machine. Then, in this case, you don't have expiratory pressure. If I want minus 40, what do I do? Perfect. Then you go to minus 40. If you push continuously, very simple. You understand immediately. Very clever. Okay. Now you see that the time is on. Because before it disappeared. Now the machine is ready. You just push with your right hand, your left hand. Alors, one thing that you have to learn is that look always the patient, never the machine. Sometimes the mothers, I laugh at mothers because they do like this. The first study. So, allora, doctor, I was attending. So in this case, you put your finger there, look the patient, look it, and then you start when it's over. You have to cover the nose and the mouth. So the hair should not go out. Okay? So try. Okay, push, start, stop, start, and stop. Right. But now it's not problem because you know the tube. Okay, now it is. Positive, negative. You see how it's come back? Positive. This is the second cycle. This is very nice. You do it when you put the inside. You want it? Take it. You want to obey with you? Manual. Then manual, and then self. You will see that there is no time because you decide, and that is a joystick with positive, negative pressure. I put the mask. Then I see the patient, I say, so breathe, and then I go in positive. Then I say, cough. Then I say, breathe, cough. I decide. Because I see the patient and then he breathes and then he coughs. And this is manual. For an expert, it's better manual. But for the families, it's okay automatic because the machine does everything. Probably if you start, you are doing the first time this kind of work, you use automatic. So manual is very simple. Generally, when I teach in the beginning to physiotherapists, I say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very important is that between inspiration and expiration, there is no pause. So the pause comes later. Otherwise, you lose the mechanism. Because I do, positive, pause, negative, doesn't have more hair because in that case, with the pause, it breathe out the hair. This is manual. You want to try manual? Yes. So you take the joystick, always with the, okay. Then remember that you have to go up and immediately down. Try to do it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, okay. 5. Up. Now again. If you put your feet pause now, pause. No, pause. You have to move the pause. No, wait. Sorry. You have to do like this. 1, up, 2, 3, 4. Down, pause. Up, down, pause. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Go up. If you put your finger here, then you have a little pause before. So put it here. There is no pause between inspiration and expiration. But if you put your finger in the middle, then Doesn't work. Okay? This, for example, a physiotherapist can do also as a chest physiotherapy manual. It doesn't need to make an automatic modality. I take out the expiration. I have only positive. This case is gymnastic. So, I say, okay, start. Positive, pause. Positive, pause. Positive, pause. Positive, pause. After 5, take out the rest. So you can do chest physiotherapy manually. Okay? This is really, once you have learned the capsules machine, you can save a lot of people. And incredible, when you will start in Ukraine to use this kind of machine, you will see that the people will come by you. You will have a lot of people coming because sometimes the patient doesn't know anything about this kind of machine. But when he is full of mucus, and they see after 2 minutes that is completely clean, like if you did a miracle, you see?